Buddy, Digital Hedgehog 19 back with my sequel to my first part of my top 10 Marvel MCU films. What happened at the number 5 spot, if you don't remember, was the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It was a good coming together for the first Guardians film. I put it on my number 5 spot. The video timed out on me before I could finish that, but yeah, it was still really good. I love the action. It was hilarious. Chris Pratt was great as Star Lord. I love Zoe Saldana as Gamora, and Dave Batista, the animal, as none other than Drax the Destroyer. So good overall, good movie, great action. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is my number 5 on my list. Number 4 is Captain America Winter Soldier. Finally, we get a Captain America movie on my list. And, it's not the last time we'll see a Captain America movie on my list. Winter Soldier was awesome. I love the action in Winter Soldier. It was great. It was fluent. The fights were great. The story was good. You see Cap being framed, and you see him being hunted by Hydra, which is, dressing up as Shield, they are sheep in wolves clothing, or wolves in sheep's clothing, which was Hydra pretending to be Shield, because Shield was compromised by Hydra within the organization. And you see Captain America having to deal with not only his best friend uh Buck Bucky Barnes, but you see him having to recruit the likes of Black Widow and the Falcon to help him fight against Winter Soldier. It's a great film. It's got good action, a lot of explosions. Very good. Number 3 on my list is the first Avengers movie from 2012, The Avengers. Honestly, like the Guardians movie, it was great. Because we're seeing the Avengers come together, and this was a film that we all wanted to see. It had good build up to the Avengers, and the Avengers had good build up to it. And if you gotta have good build up, you gotta go all the way, and they did. They gone all the way. You see the Avengers unite to fight against Loki and his army. Loki and his army are indeed, very powerful, the Chitauri, and you're seeing, the Avengers having to overcome their differences. At first, they don't like each other, and they have to learn to coincide with each other to, stop Loki and his plan. Very good, very good, very great movie. And, of course, it leads into the famous Easter egg of Thanos, which is shown in the end of the film's end credits. Uh, Next up at number 3. Number. Was I already. Oh, wait.
I think you just did 4.
Oh, yeah. 4. Okay. Oh, no. No, because 4 was Captain America Winter Soldier.
Okay, yeah, so you're on 2.
Okay, so number 2 on my list. Number 2 is Captain America Civil War. Honestly, I love this for the whole concept that, you see your favorite superheroes fighting, and it's the Avengers fighting against each other, because these accords come around, because the government thinks, the Avengers shouldn't act so reckless with the way they operate, and, half of the Avengers sign these accords, half of them being Tony's side of the Avengers, where Captain America's side does not sign the accords, and it leads into what we call the Civil War. And that Civil War fight scene was awesome. Like, it also is the introduction movie where we're introduced to Spider-Man, played by Tom Holland. And it's the second film where we see Ant-Man, played by uh played by played by what was his name? That one guy. Yeah, it was the second film where we see Ant-Man. And it was also the introduction film of Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boswin. Boswin. Played by Chadwick Boswin. Boswick. And, it's just great. The action's good. Like, a lot of good fight scenes in the film. Like, the airport fight was my favorite, especially where we got to hear Spider-Man deliver all those lines.